everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with another design team project with Rubber Stamp Tapestry. For today's project, we are going to use a peg stamp set called Retro Sundress. I thought it was fitting with the warm weather that we finally have, and I like vintage. Yes. So these are the peg stamp sets, or peg stamps that come within this set. There are 5. Remember, the registry line tells you how that stamp, depending upon where you have that line, how it will look when it is stamped. I pulled out my Stampin' Up! Inks again. I think as I continue to clean my room, I'm finding things that I didn't before, or I'm able to get to them. So to start off, I'm using a die from Pink and Main, and that is the Hello die. It's got a beautiful cloud to it, and I cut the hello out 3 times out of black cardstock, and I'm just going to get that layered and set that aside. Now, remember, when we use the term cloud die, I think it's a cloud. There was a stamp set that I saw that inspired me for this card. It's by Hero Arts. I forget what it's called. I did order it from them, but, you know, again, we're faced with this challenge, so shipping is taking a little longer. Sometimes I wish people had a little bit more patience when I see all of that, but that's okay. So this was something that I ordered, so it just inspired me. I loved the image, and what it was one of their stamp sets. It was all flowers, and it was in the shape of a hot air balloon. So with the hello being in a cloud die, I wanted that to be a cloud, and then to have this come up off of the word hello. Now, it probably would have been cute too if I had some, you know, if I masked off that balloon to keep that white, could have had some blue in the background. So there's so many things that I could have done. But again, cards can be made simply. And still be beautiful. So I pulled out, when it came to my Stampin' Up! Inks, gotta look at my piece of paper here. So we got a lot of colors going on. So I've got Pool Party, Pink, Pirouette, Pear, Pizzaz, Marina Mist, Daffodil Delight, Wisteria, Wonder, and Fresh Fig. So I always start out with the largest images for the peg stamps, and then I go into the smaller ones. So this large one, I wanted to hit a couple of the shades, the Pink Pirouette, the Wisteria Wonder, and the Marina Mist. I'm now coming in with the Pear Pizzaz, and I'm coming in with the smaller flower, and just making sure that's grouped within there. For the Daffodil Delight, I am using the solid flower, and just filling in the areas that are open. And again, I want to keep some areas open because I'm going to be coming in with the greenery, but I want to make sure that I'm coming to that pencil edge of the area that I drew out lightly with a pencil. Now I'm coming in with the Fresh Fig with the smaller flower as well. Again, making sure I'm going up to those edges, making sure that I'm going over those pencil lines. I'll be able to erase those. Now with the green, now I'm just making sure that I'm filling in all of these areas. What I love about these peg stamp sets is the way that they're designed and the way that you can create these cluster images. They make your own great pattern paper, and even though you're overlapping, it looks awesome. You know, a lot of times we don't like to overlap. We don't like to go over something. But with these, I don't know what it is. It just makes, that's what makes them work. When you are creating your own pattern paper like this, your own image, when it comes to that. I'm going to bring in a gray marker. This is from the Arteza fine liner set. And I'm just bringing strings down from that because it's going to look like this is attached to a cloud where the basket's behind that. So it's coming from the cloud so much. Or, I guess. I don't know. That was my vision. And I want the hello sentiment to come off of that panel. Now that panel is cut to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to have a panel of black cardstock that's cut 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So I'm going to have a thin border going around this of the black, which will pull out the black that I used in the hello. And then I'll have that thin white border from my standard A2 size card base. So I'm going to prop up my sentiment and place that so that the lines look like they're coming from behind it. And I'm going to set that in the center. I'm going to use my liquid adhesive to put this down onto that black mat, and then I will use my liquid adhesive again to put it down onto my standard A2 size card base. I do keep my card bases next to me. I actually cut them 4 1/4 by 11 and I score them at 5 1/2 so that I will have a standard A2 size card base that'll be a top folding. That's usually the size that I do go with. Grabbed my iridescent sequins and I'm going to put one in the center of those larger images that I stamped. And then I'll use my wax pencil to put those in place. Now, what I'm doing, I get a lot of times the question asked, when I take the pencil and I put it into my left hand, what am I doing? Sequins have a hole in it, so sometimes the adhesive will come through that hole. So I'm just wiping it off the tip of the pencil with my other hand, just in case there's anything on there. So I do hope you enjoyed that project. Again, I was inspired by a stamp set by Hero Arts, and once I get it, I'll make a card with it so that you'll see, and I'll link back to this one. But again, we can get inspiration from anything, even if it's another stamp set. So I do hope you enjoyed this project using the retro Sundress peg stamp set by Rubber Stamp Tapestry. As always, all the products that I used in this video will be linked down below. If you have any questions, please leave those down below as well, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I hope everyone is enjoying your day, and I thank you so much for taking this time just to stop by and check out this video. I hope you do subscribe if you see what you like, and make sure you ring the bell so that when the next video is ready for you to watch. Always remember, though, what's most important for me each and every day. Always be creative.